Hey, so I wanted to walk you through what to do if the images that you've taken with the Kaydrone end up in two separate folders. I did one this morning that actually did that very thing. So here I am on in my PC. I've got my Windows, my Jim's Neo 2. So let's open up the Neo 2 folders. DCIM is always the folder you're going to be looking for. One is an older folder. 3 is the one that I did today. Let's switch the view to some larger icons. So yeah, this is the pool I was at today. Old Buster Crab baseball cap pool, which would be virtually impossible actually to measure the old-fashioned way. Thank God we had the Kaydrone. But this is not all the pictures I took. This is like maybe 100 pics, maybe not even. So let's go back and take a look in this last folder, DJI 2. Alright, this was a pool I did the other day for a safety cover. Yeah, there's the rock wall, the waterfall that we had to get. And this looks like the last picture here from that pool. So this picture on is now, oh, here we go. This is where all the pictures are from today. They did not end up in the same folder. Well, this is not a problem. We just simply need to work around it. So I'll show you what to do. Now that we've located all the photos, we could either physically drag and drop them from one folder to another, or we can just upload them from the two separate folders. So let's go ahead and just upload them. I'm assuming everybody knows how to drag and drop. Like I could select this image and that image and then drag them all over to DJI 03. I've got to delete this 14 Pembroke. That was from an old job. I could take all these and just move them to there. That's one thing that we could do. In fact, you know, for the sake of keeping things organized, let's do that. DJI 3, moving everything over, and it shouldn't take long at all. Alright, now all the pools from the DJI 2 folder are the pool that I did the other day, and in 03, this is all the images from today. So let's just go through, you know, I feel better about this, being a guy that's like really into keeping things organized, having everything together. And I could go in and I could rename this folder here if I wanted to, but I'm about to upload these, so that's not an issue. So let's close this. So this will be your dealer login, your dealer portal as a Kayden dealer, and this is the button you want to click for Kaydroning. I am going to just call this, what was this? We're just going to call this a test because I'm not doing anything more than just uploading here. This is going to be for a liner. It's going to be for an order. I do know they wanted 2720 and they wanted C-glass. All right, I'm not actually ordering it, but if there's any additional notes I wanted to include, in this case, the sand bottom had a few footprints in it, and a ravine, a small ravine created by some runoff water. Just anything that's out of the ordinary, that's slightly unusual. Help if I spell bottom right. You want to add those notes here. In this case, after the 3D model is built from all the images that we're about to upload here, there is definitely going to be some human interaction. An engineer here at Kayden is going to design the liner from the 3D model. So they're going to see things like footprints and little ravines and know that we're not designing the liner to accommodate for a footprint. That's going to get troweled over the day of the install. If there's still vinyl hanging around the fittings, the return fittings and the skimmer face plates from the cutout, that designer is going to know that is not part of what we're designing around. We're going to just ignore that. So you don't need to panic about such things, but I'm a fan of more information is better than not enough information, so what the heck, I'll just chuck it in here. So we can drag and drop files here, or we can browse for them. If I had that other window open where I selected all the images and I dragged them over, I could drag them and drop them here. But let's go to Browse. I will go to this PC, Jim's Neo 2, back to DCIM. It's always the DCIM folder. And we do know that today's images were all right here. Let's just change the view and make sure, yep, this is the old Buster Crab baseball cap pool that I was at today. Sand bottom. This would have been an absolute nightmare to measure the old-fashioned way. The hopper is complete. It's just a bowl. There's no concentric waterline rings for me to measure to. The walls lean out all around the pool, probably in varying amounts from one spot to the next. So yeah, this would have been a 4-hour measure, and I would have just crossed my fingers that the liner was going to fit. So now that we've browsed for all of these, let's select all of them. I clicked the first one. I'm holding down the shift button. I'm clicking the last one, and I will click open. Notice now that I clicked browse, I'm not dragging and dropping them. I have to continue with the browse option here to where I tell it to open. So now it's uploading all these Kaydrone files. And I've done this in another video. I know it's repetitive. If you've seen that one, I apologize. So this was 700 images. This is more than you will probably ever need. I was doing some training as I was taking the pictures, so I was talking and the drone wasn't always moving. And the fact that the floor was highly unusual, I wanted to make sure I got extra footage of all the stuff that was really weird. That bowl, that the hopper is, the shallow break is not a straight line and it's not a crisp line. It's just, it almost doesn't exist. It's so smooth. The angled walls, we got the safety cover anchors as well, but there was a lot of debris on the deck that we cleaned up as best we could, but I wanted to make sure I got as much detail as possible. You will not normally take 700 photos, just so you know. This was a special circumstance. So this is, I'm not going to take the time because I did it in another video. This is initializing or uploading the images, and then once it says 701 out of 701 have been initialized, then I can click submit form, and it will begin to upload them, and eventually it will say 701 out of 701 have been uploaded. And that's how I know all the images have been sent to the Kaydrone design department. Right now it's still initializing things, which is normal. All right. If you had any other files that are not Kaydrone images, you do not want to put them here in Kaydrone files. Only the images you take with the drone go here. Anything else that would go here, any drawings or a photo you have that's not part of the drone taking picture process, that you would send here. So that's about it. There's really not much more to cover here because it's been covered in another video. I just really wanted to show you what to do if you have, if your images from one Kaydrone end up in 2 different folders. There's an easy fix for that. The other thing we could have done, if you're not into moving them around, which like I said I am because of organizational, when we went to browse, drag and drop files here, browse, I could have selected, let's go back to DCIM, I could have selected the images that were in this folder, said okay, from this one to this one, and then select open, and then gone to browse again, and then selected all the images that were in this folder and send it to open. Either way, it works out the same, and it's all good. All right, that's it for now. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.